Okay. There we are. I think everybody is in. Good morning. My name is Judge Bonnie Rangel, Judge of the 171st Judicial District Court. It is my honor and privilege to preside over said court. I want to welcome everybody. Mr. Rick Jose Peña. Jose Peña, is that an attorney or is
I'll
that
keep an eye out?
Okay, I'm going to admit him. I don't recognize the name as either an attorney or a defendant. Now, it is 8:59 a.m. We're starting 1 minute early today. Unbelievable. It is 7/9/2020. Of course, unless you've been living under a rock somewhere, everybody knows we're in the midst of this pandemic, and the Texas Supreme Court has allowed us to hold these hearings via Zoom and YouTube Live. If there's anyone participating herein that objects to proceeding via Zoom and YouTube Live, please verbally state your objections right now. Let the record reflect that there are no objections. I want everybody to know as well, all the participants to know that my court coordinators, my court reporters participating, Anita Garza, as well as my court coordinator, Rebecca Gonzalez, and my bailiff, Rick Salazar. Now, please, nobody record. Do not record these proceedings at all, whether you're participating herein or if you are watching on YouTube Live. If you do, I can hold you in contempt of court, and I don't want to do that. The only official court reporter record is what Miss Anita Garza is taking down. She's the only one that can take down and record the proceedings. Now, there's an options bar at the bottom for those of you that do not know. If you want to participate in a chat or a breakout room, please ask permission and I'll be more than happy to give it to you. Now, with all that being said, with those instructions, with those disclaimers, is there anyone here that got a second thought and objects to proceeding? Let the record reflect that there are no objections. We're going to begin with our docket this morning. The first, Norma Delgado. Norma Delgado.
Judge, that's set for an arraignment.
Okay, not a status.
And just to let you know, Jose Peña is a defendant in our.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Thank you. Okay, the next one is Aníbal Díaz. We'll get back to Norma Delgado. Oh, no, we're not going to do Norma Delgado. Miss Becky, did you get the arraignment papers for Norma Delgado?
Let me check, Judge, because it doesn't look like she has an attorney. So let me see if she got one, and then I received it.
I know, so we have to do something or not, but let me know, please. Okay, we have Mr. Aníbal Díaz. Mr. Aníbal Díaz, I think I just let you in, right? Can you speak to me?
Aníbal Díaz is on mute.
Okay, I'm looking for him so that I can ask him. Mr. Díaz, can you unmute, please?
Okay, it's on unmute.
Okay, sir, how come I can't see you? How come you didn't participate with the video?
Hold on. Let me see if I can't get on. I can see you. I'm trying to get to where you can see me.
Okay, all you have to do is turn on your video.
Okay, live. Okay. Can you see me?
No, sir. Go to, let me see.
Okay, start video.
Okay, start the video there.
Allow. Okay.
There you go, sir. Very good, sir. I need to see you. Oh, you look like you're in a very, like in the middle of nature. Where are you, Mr.
I'm in my backyard, ma'am.
Beautiful bush. That's beautiful, sir. Thank you for participating. Rick, I'm allowing office laptop in. Can you follow that person? Office laptop. Okay, is Lara present? I think Ms. Lara's present as well. Sandra
Yes,
Lara. Very good. At this time, court calls cause number 2010-3968. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Sandra Lara for adult probation.
Thank you, Ms. Lara. And Mr. Diaz, Mr. Anibal, you are here without an attorney, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's an admonishment. You understand that? You've not been doing very good on probation. There's some issues, and I'm going to give you a scolding or jail time or something. You understand that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it's okay if I proceed, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Lara.
Mr. Diaz was really placed on deferred probation, Your Honor. He was revoked and sentenced to straight probation on September 18, 2015. He did serve a 180-day jail sentence at that time. To date, he's completed his drug offender, TAP, and community service hours. He did test positive for marijuana back on September 26, 2019. We had an admonishment hearing on October 24, 2019. At this hearing, Mr. Diaz stated he wished to move to Colorado to live with his aunt. We did sign modifications. Interstate Compact attempted to reach the aunt twice, Your Honor. However, the aunt did not reach back, therefore they closed the case. In March 5th, that was the last attempt that they did. So at that point, Mr. Diaz was instructed that he needs to remain within El Paso County and continue to follow all year the court's order.
March 5th of what year?
March 5th, 2020, Your Honor.
Got it.
However, Mr. Diaz continues to test positive for marijuana and admits to continued drug use, marijuana use specifically.
Okay, Mr. Anibal, you know, I was very kind and gracious, and I said, you know, you want to do marijuana, go to Colorado, right? I was. And I allowed you to move over there.
Vete para allá, ma. Yes, Your Honor, but they weren't accepting me, and I'm just.
Why didn't
having a
they
lot of
accept
issues.
you? Why didn't they accept you, Mr. Diaz?
I honestly, I have no idea why, Your Honor.
Didn't you just hear what she said? Are you not hearing what she says? Are you too busy talking to your mother in Spanish, telling her to go away? You need to concentrate on this hearing. You honestly don't know why. Are you playing dumb, or are you really, really, really dumb?
Your Honor, I don't know why they denied me.
Your
I
aunt
have no
did
control
not
over
call back and verify residency. Didn't you hear Ms. Lara say that? And probably your aunt didn't call back because she doesn't want you there.
Well, I apologize, Your Honor, for my mom walking out. She just walked out as we were doing this, and she kind of overheard you and was walking towards me. I had to wave her off.
So why doesn't your aunt want you in Colorado, or why didn't she return the calls? Do you know?
Your Honor, I have no idea. She does. It's not that she doesn't want me there. She wants me there. I mean, nobody's gonna close the door on me, Your Honor. I mean, everybody has doors open for me, Your Honor.
She didn't return the calls. Ms. Lara, do you think the aunt wants him in Colorado? Or is it just me thinking crazy things?
No, based on the second attempt, it seems that she didn't want.
No, Your Honor. She kept calling my mother, asking why they won't let me go over there, and she's asking about when am I gonna go?
Because she's pretending. She doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Hello. She doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. She doesn't want you there. Actions speak louder than words.
Your Honor,
Mr. Diaz, listen to me. Stop. Listen to me.
Your Honor, my aunt accepted me with open arms. She
Stop.
does want me there. It's
Stop.
not that she does not want me there.
Stop. Actions speak louder than words. That's the first lesson of the day you're going to learn.
She
today.
doesn't know
I don't
how
want
to
you to hear you.
respond.
I don't want to
She
hear you
doesn't know.
speak. I don't want to hear you speak. Let me finish. The first lesson of the day for you, Mr. Anibal Diaz, and I have to tell you, I'm fed up with you, sir. All you want to do is smoke pot, and you don't want to live by my rules.
Your Honor, I'm using it for
I
medical
said
reasons.
I did not want to hear from you right now. Now, actions speak louder than words, sir. She doesn't want to hurt your feelings. Are you there by yourself, sir? Or who's there with you? Is your mama there with you?
Your Honor, my mom just happened to walk out again, and I waved her off the first time. She keeps coming back, Your Honor. I apologize.
Okay, no.
Ma, can you go inside, please? Ma, please, can you go inside?
Okay. Is she inside?
Yes, she's going inside now. She's inside.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Anival, as I was telling you before, your mama came in and kind of distracted you again. And that's the problem. She's kind of distracting you because I can see your eyes everywhere and you're probably not paying attention to what anybody is saying. Okay, sir? So I want you to give me your 150% attention. Okay, and I think you're trying to, but you've got your mama coming in and out. Okay. Mr. Anival, the first lesson I want to teach you right now is look at what people do, not what they say. Okay? Because that shows their true intentions, what they really, really, really want to do. Look at their actions.
Going anywhere.
Mr. Ortiz, please mute. Mr. Anibal, your aunt is telling you, when are you coming? I really want you. Oh my God. Telling
Your
you,
Honor,
hang on, don't interrupt me, sir. Telling everybody, when is he coming? I want Mr. Anibal. I want Mr. Anibal. I want him. But she didn't return phone calls to verify residency. Look at what she's doing rather than what she's saying. Okay, sir? That's the lesson I want to try to teach you. So she doesn't want you there. My question to you is, sir, do you have anybody else in Colorado that you could stay with other than this aunt? Do you have any other relatives there?
yes, Your Honor, I do.
Who do you have there?
I have another aunt, her sister,
Okay.
and they all accept me with open arms, ma'am.
Okay. You're not listening to a word that I'm saying. Okay, sir, I understand that. You're not
She even
listening.
calls me a liar. She even calls me a liar because I keep saying that, oh, they're gonna send me. She's waiting and waiting, and she's like, ya está puras mentiras, ya no va a venir, nunca va a venir. And it's like, they're just waiting and waiting, calling every week, but she doesn't know how to respond. She doesn't know how to call these people back to let them know, yes, that I can live there. She's kind of like not computer friendly, I guess, or
This isn't computer friendly. She just has to pick up a phone. She doesn't know how to use a phone.
she doesn't know. She's not good at that, Your Honor.
To use a telephone?
She's not good at that.
To dial a phone and call somebody back. I bet you she's going to pick up that phone and comadrear with your mother for 3 hours. Oh, please. Not good at not picking up the phone. Oh my God, you're even making me more angry.
She didn't know how to follow up, ma'am.
She didn't know how to follow up by picking up the phone and making a phone call. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. I don't believe it, but okay, you come up with 100,000 excuses. Ms. Lala, what do you want to
We
do?
can call her. We can call her.
I'm not going to waste my time, sir. I'm not wasting my time. She doesn't want to do what she has to do. She doesn't have to verify with me. I'm not the accepting state. She's got to call back Colorado, so Colorado will let you live there, but she doesn't do it. Why should I call her? It's not going to do any good for you. Okay, Ms. Nara, what do you want to do? First of all, I want to give him a jail commitment. That's the first thing I want to do because he doesn't stop.
Yeah, Judge, I mean, he already had his TAP appointment on July 7th, and he was admitted into the TAP supportive outpatient treatment program.
Has he been participating since July 7th?
On July 7th was his assessment.
Okay, so when does he start TAP?
He was admitted that same day.
Okay.
Let me see if it
When
has
do
a
the
date.
classes begin?
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
is there any way I can go see a doctor so they can actually, I guess, give me the permit to do this legally here? Because I mean, I'm
do what?
having a hard time. I'm having a hard time here in Texas, and I'm trying to figure this out, and I don't know what
Judge,
to do.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know what to do.
Judge,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I think the court reporter's having issues with the audio, with his audio. And it is coming in kind of
Very
fuzzy.
staticky.
Yeah, it is. I can hear it too. Are you being able to decipher what he's saying though, Miss Anita, or not?
Yeah, for the most part, I can
Okay.
kind of make it out.
Something,
But
there's something the matter with your audio, Mr. Diaz.
It's turned all the way up.
Okay, talk again.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, it's very static. Maybe there's somebody else there with a cell phone that's interfering.
No, there's nobody around, ma'am.
No, okay, sir.
Mm.
Miss Lara, what do we do? What do you suggest?
Judge, we've given him so many chances. I mean, I
know.
hate to put him in a residential center for marijuana use. The only other option, Judge, would be like, get to the root. Why is he using the marijuana? Maybe get an assessment and find out maybe there's some anxiety issues or.
But that shouldn't TAP have done that? Isn't that part of TAP's assessment? That you said he just went through July 7th or 6th? No?
It won't deal with any mental health issues, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Anibal, you were asking right now for a doctor for what, sir?
So that I can get a medical, I guess, medical card or whatever it is, so that I can actually be here in Texas legally. If it's meant for medical purposes, ma'am, because it is for medical purpose. I'm not.
Well, why don't you see
not
what the problem
recreational.
is? Okay, sir. So it's for medical purposes. What is the medical condition that you are taking the drug for? Tell me your medical.
Your Honor, I have PTSD, ADHD, and I have insomnia at night. I wake up. Last night I woke up 3 times, and I couldn't fall back to sleep because I was just kind of like worried and kind of trying to see how this was gonna play out with the whole court date, and I just I would like to move forward.
Has he ever been attached to EHN, Ms. Lava? Ever?
No, Your Honor, we did refer him back in September 2019, but he said he would refuse to take any medication. He doesn't like the way the medication feels, yeah.
And now he's asking for okay, Mr. Anibal Diaz, you have PTSD, you have ADHD, I think you just said right now, you have lots of anxiety issues. You couldn't sleep, and the only reason you couldn't sleep is because you were going to appear before Judge Angel, and you knew that Judge Angel was going to be very angry with you because I've given you every opportunity to succeed, and you don't do it. And you continue to violate the laws of the state of Texas and my probation term.
Last night is not the only night, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
It's not just last night. It's a lot of nights.
Okay. Why don't you take Tylenol PM rather than marijuana? Have you ever heard of Tylenol PM or Advil PM?
Your Honor, the medications, they just seem to give me a lot of nightmares. I wake up.
You just want to do pot. You just want to do pot.
Your Honor, this is the only thing that works for me, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to put you in jail, sir. I'm putting you in jail. You got to stop doing pot, sir. That's all I can tell you. You got to stop.
Judge, this is Sam.
Yes.
Based off when he was adjudicated to straight, it appears that Mr. Diaz did do 180 days of ACOP.
Ah, okay. Okay. So I can issue out a bench warrant and put him in jail on the bench warrant, though, because he's violated the terms and conditions of his probation, right?
Not because I want to, ma'am. Because I have a condition and it's just not accepted.
You have a condition, sir, but there's medically
I'm gonna go to
approved.
I'm gonna go to jail because I'm sick, Your Honor. I just don't
Sure.
understand that.
Sir, you need to stop interrupting me, please. First of all, you have a medical condition, you're saying, and there are medically approved drugs, okay? There's medically approved drugs for your condition. You just choose not to do that. And you choose to, you're violating the laws of the state of Texas. So I'm not putting you in jail because you have a medical condition. I'm putting you in jail because you're violating the laws of the state of Texas. You can't, marijuana
Honor.
is not legal.
But I can get a medical permit and then it'll kind of give me a pass on that, Your Honor. But I need permission to go to Las Cruces to see the doctor there.
But you cannot live in Texas. Texas doesn't honor a medical marijuana
But
card.
yes, they do, Your Honor. Yes, Texans are getting medical cards and being able to bring it here legally, Your Honor, without getting in trouble or any issues.
So why didn't you do what you're telling me to do? Why haven't
Because
you
I
done
can't
it?
leave El Paso. I need permission to go to Las Cruces. I can't just go over there and
Have
risk
you ever
getting in trouble.
asked Ms. Lara for permission to leave?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
No,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Ms. Lara?
No, Your Honor. He has not asked permission to leave to
I
Las
brought it up.
Cruces.
I brought it up to Ms. Lara. I did bring it up to her when I went to report that if I can go get a medical card in Las Cruces, bring it back here so that I won't have any issues. But she said that I don't think that they're going to allow me to go to Las Cruces to do that.
Okay. Ms. Lara,
Yes, Your Honor.
don't worry. I don't believe a word he's saying. He's lied so many times to me and given me so many problems. If he really wanted to do what he wanted to do, well, he's just not understanding the gravity of this whole situation. For right now, I think what we're gonna do, issue out the bench warrant, sir. We're gonna issue out a bench warrant. Hold you. Right now, I'm not gonna put you in jail, okay? Right now, I'm not. There's issues in the jail, and I'm not going to bring more issues to the jail just because of somebody who wants to smoke pot. Okay? This is what I'm going to tell you to do, Mr. Anival, and this is all I can tell you to do. I'm going to issue out a bench warrant in about 30 days. We're going to have a status. I will want you to turn yourself in once I issue out the bench warrant, okay? Or do you want to go to a facility, sir? You want to go to, I'll try to help you with this pot problem. I'll put you in West Texas or BHRT. I'll try to.
I just.
So you don't go to jail. I'll put you at BHRTC or West Texas. They'll take care of your ADHD, your PTSD. They'll give you all.
These medications that they have for PTSD and ADHD is gonna make me drowsy, and I'm not gonna be able to work right. I don't want to do that to myself, Your Honor. That doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me.
You choose to continue to break the laws of the state of Texas. Okay, see, that's where we've gone round and round, sir.
Your Honor, but if I can go get this permit and have no issues after that, but I need permission. I can't just go and do this and then present to you my license or my.
Well, so this is what I'm going to do. At this point in time, you violated the terms and conditions of your probation, right? I'm going to issue out a bench warrant. Okay, I can't give you ACOP days right now because you're finished. You're done. But I intend to revoke you or put you in a facility, sir. That's what I want to do. Either revoke your probation, you'll do whatever time you need to do, or you choose to go to a center, sir. I'm not going to do any of this right now because we've got issues.
But what are you going to do this because I'm ill, because I have mental issues?
No,
I don't feel like I deserve that, Your Honor.
Okay, sir. Okay. Whatever you want.
I'm being punished because I have a condition, and My medication.
I'm not going to argue anymore. I already told you you're violating the laws of the state of Texas. I have no choice.
But if
You're violating the laws of the state of Texas. You're committing offenses every time you smoke pot. That's the
I want
problem.
to do it the right way. I want to do this the right way, but I just need permission. I just need permission to go do that.
Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to issue out a bench warrant. We're going to have another status in 30 days. If he comes, you're going to test Mr. Anibal. You're going to go test every week now. Is he testing every week, Ms. Lara, or how much is he testing?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, can you say that again? I didn't hear that.
Lara, how many times is he testing a month?
Once a month, Your Honor.
Okay, he's going to be testing once a week now. He's going to one time weekly with 24 hours. No, let's do 2 times every other week, bi-weekly, 24 hours notice.
Yes,
Okay. One more positive, you let me know. I'm going to issue out the bench warrant immediately. I don't care. Coronavirus or no coronavirus, it's rampant or not rampant. He misses a UA, you let me know. I'm going to issue out a bench warrant. So one more positive, Mr. Anibal Diaz, I'm going to issue out a bench warrant immediately. Otherwise, if he's compliant, Ms. Becky set this up for another status in 30 days. I want to see how the jail is there to see if I issue, how the jail and the numbers are. I'll issue out a bench warrant at that time for a sanction for all these positive UAs that he has so far. And maybe he'll agree to a center then. Okay. Okay, Mr. Anibal Diaz, I am trying to help you, sir. The other issue, he said he wants to go to Las Cruces to do, is Mr. Anibal Diaz, are you working?
Your Honor, I work every day, ma'am.
Where do you work?
I'm self-employed, Your Honor. I clean yards and I do cement work.
Good for you. Okay, sir. So you're earning a living, making money.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Now, he asked for permission to go to Las Cruces to do whatever the heck he thinks he needs to do, Ms. Lara. Let him go.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let him go do whatever you need to do, Mr. I don't understand what you're doing, but okay, sir, whatever you need to do, I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that, but you're going to live by my terms and conditions, Mr. Anibal Diaz. You're going to report every other week when Ms. Lara tells you to go get a UA. You're going to go get a UA. You skip, you miss, I issue out a bench warrant. It comes out positive again for marijuana, I issue out a bench warrant. You need to stop doing pot, Mr. Diaz. Plain and simple. Okay. Anything else, Ms. Lara?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Anibal. Ms. Becky?
Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah. Jess?
I don't know. Well, I guess he would have to figure out whether or not he's going to be able to use, if he goes to New Mexico, they grant him a card to use, he's not going to be able to bring it back.
He's living in another world. He's living in another world. I've tried to explain to him.
I have that you at 624 settlement.
Miss Becky.
What was the next date? Hold on.
You
Just
just
a minute.
mute.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge.
Mr. Artemio, I've tried to explain lots of things to him. He doesn't understand. He thinks his aunt still wants him in Colorado. I've tried to explain lots of things. He's not comprehending anything. So, Mr. Artemio, he thinks he can do something. He can go to Las Cruces. He'll come back. I have no problem. Let him go to Las Cruces, whatever the heck he wants to do. He's spinning his wheels. I know he's spinning his wheels. You know he's spinning his wheels. Everybody participating knows he's spinning his wheels. Mr. Anibal Diaz doesn't. So let him go do whatever he thinks he needs to do.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Mr. Anibal Diaz, goodbye. Have a good life. You better comply with my rules, sir. That's all I can ask you, okay?
Judge, you call my name?
Yes.
you were
Oh,
out
that's right. Thank you, Becky, for reminding me. I
Uh-huh.
need to give Mr. Anibal Diaz a hearing in 30 days.
August the 6th at 9 o'clock.
August 6, 9 o'clock, Mr. Anibal Diaz. You better be back here on
Yes, Your
Zoom,
Honor.
okay? Write it down so you don't forget. August
Okay.
6th, 9 o'clock.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Anibal Diaz?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you all. You may be excused. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. David Blissett. That's Araceli Solis. I didn't let Miss Araceli Solis sing.
Yes, she's in office lap.
Oh, there you are, Miss
Yeah,
Solis.
sure. I was on a mute and
Good, good. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. This time for cause number 2019-3224, David Blissett. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. Stage is ready.
Araceli Solis on behalf of Mr. Blissett, Your Honor, we're ready.
Good. And Mr. Blissett, you're present. Talk to me.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Good. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Tired, but I'm here.
Good, sir. Good. Okay. You're tired because you're working too hard or what? Or not sleeping like Mr. Anival Diaz woke up 3 times?
It's an early day today, so
Well, thank you for serving our country, first of all, sir. Thank you.
thank you.
Mr. Blissett, do you see and recognize your attorney on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. And Ms. Solis, do you see and recognize your client as the defendant in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good. Now, this was going to be a veterans court. Did veterans
Yes.
court accept him?
Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Lasley yesterday. He wanted confirmation that my client set to retire in 2024, and he wanted confirmation that the military was still going to allow him to proceed. I did speak with his chain of command, and I also spoke with Legal Brigade. They indicated to me that at this time, they're not seeking removal or anything. I need to get with Mr. Lasley. I did speak with him yesterday, but unfortunately I haven't had a chance to call him this morning to relay the new information to him. But I wanted to see if the 346 would set this for usually Judge Baril will set these for review hearings, just to make sure everything is okay. But that's where I'm at right now, Judge.
This has been a very painful process. This is the
It
second,
has, Judge.
third, or fourth setting regarding veterans court. This is outrageous, Miss Solis.
No, Your Honor, and I understand that. And normally I've never had these issues. I'll be honest, I haven't. But I have been back and forth, and I've been in constant contact with Mr.
This is my question. And maybe this is a dumb question.
Mhm.
What the heck is it of interest to Mr. Lasley as to how much time he's going to be?
They're just
wait, hang on. He's concerned that he's going to be dishonorably discharged. Is that it?
No, Judge, they just wanted to make sure that they were going to allow him to retire. Your Honor, I just received something from Veterans Court. I just got it right now from
hot off the press. What does it say?
It basically says just that they want to make sure if the Army is going to separate him or not. Once the issue's been resolved, it'll be brought back to the Veterans Court.
See, that's what they're looking for, to see if they're going to discharge him. If they discharge him, they're not going to help him.
Yes, Your Honor. From speaking with Mr. Blissett this morning, again, he indicated his chain of command is telling him that his best bet would be to do the Veterans Court, Judge. But I haven't relayed that new information to Mr. Lasley because I just spoke with Mr. Blissett about maybe 30 minutes prior to the hearing, Judge. And I do apologize. Usually it does not take this long because it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. And we can't even blame the coronavirus because this has been going on months before the coronavirus.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, so I do apologize. But
Mr. Nunez.
Yes, Judge.
What's the offer? Are you really adamant about Veterans Court?
I'm perfectly fine with that. We had discussed that. We've been in talks about.
No. Are you adamant about Veterans Court? Meaning, can you offer a plea with no Veterans Court? Can you offer something that doesn't include the Veterans Court?
Your Honor, there's been an offer on the table without Veterans Court. It was 10 years probation, 10 years deferred probation, 100 hours of community service, a $400 fine, $100 to the Family Violence Fund, family violence finding, UABA, as well as a curfew, Your Honor.
So it's 10 years deferred, did you say?
Yes, Your Honor.
Without Veterans Court?
That is correct, Judge.
What is it with Veterans Court?
That's something that I believe Mr. Lasley will ultimately decide at the end, Judge. I think that's.
Yes, usually, Judge, not to interrupt, but usually with Veterans Court, what they'll do is they do make sure that they do stay with their benefits and everything, and they qualify for an early release after, I believe it's 18 months, and then it's deferred.
Okay. Well, this is pretty painful. I don't understand. This is pretty painful. 1 week, we're gonna reset this in 1 week. I'm tired
Yes,
of
sir.
running this cane every 3 months and nothing has happened.
No, I understand, Judge.
That's what's frustrating. Put this back on the docket in 1 week. Mr. Blissett, you're coming back in 1 week. Ms. Solis will give you notice, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
1
Mr.
week
Blissett, I'll
reset.
call you.
All right.
1 week reset. Thank you, Mr. Blissett. Cassandra Anaya is public defender on? It's public defender. Which public defender is on for Miss Cassandra Anaya?
It's mine, Judge.
Good, thank you, sir. 2017-3930, Cassandra Anaya. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Rene Vasquez for the defense. We're ready, Your Honor.
Good, is Miss
Mata's on
Cassandra?
probation, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Mata. Is Miss Cassandra Anaya on? Did I let her in?
No, Your Honor, she's in custody, Judge.
Oh, okay, sir. So you waive her appearance today.
I do, Judge.
Okay, talk to me, Ms. Mata, about Miss Anaya.
Judge, the last time we had a hearing on June the 4th, it was Manny Parra withdrawing from being her attorney. You were going to reschedule her to appoint her a new attorney. At this point, Judge, we were either looking at TDC or SafeP. The last time we spoke to her, she did not want to go to SafeP. She said she'd rather do time. So I don't know if she's changed her mind at this point.
What was the reason? Just remind me briefly. Why?
Judge, she stopped reporting. And then remember her mom was really ill and sick and she didn't want to do SafeP. She wanted to do her time. She uses marijuana and cocaine, Your Honor. Miss Anaya is our client whose boyfriend is also on probation. He's very abusive. So she's had a lot of those issues. She doesn't want to go to the center. She doesn't want to go to SafeP. So at this time, she does want to go to TDC. She has a lot of mental health issues, Your Honor. We thought it'd be best for her to go to SafeP, but she's not wanting to go.
Mr. Vasquez, can you knock some sense into her and tell her we're trying to help her? Or you don't
Judge,
want SafeP?
I haven't discussed this with her. I was just recently appointed judge and I didn't know the story of the entire case. I can see based on my file is that he has mental issues. It's severe. She has bipolar disorder. I think in this case is if she doesn't want to, there's no way we can force her. Okay. What I'm gonna do is talk to her and see what because she's been in jail for 282 days already. I don't know if she's changed her mind. I'm gonna set up a call from the jail judge and see what she wants to do.
Have you made an offer on a time wreck, Mr. Nunez, in this case?
No, Your Honor. The last notes I have was about the SafeP and whether she was going to take.
Well, let's give Mr. Vasquez. I think Mr. Vasquez is asking for a time wreck.
Yes, Your Honor, absolutely. And I will rec 3 years TDC, Your Honor.
Okay, there it is.
Judge, and the state can offer the minimum too?
I don't know if I want to.
I don't want to do that, Judge, just because of all the violations. I don't think she warrants the minimum.
Me too.
Warrants a little bit more.
I'm with you, Mr. Nunez.
But I had to ask, Judge.
I know you did. You're a good defense attorney. It doesn't hurt to ask. All we can say is no way. Yeah. No, Mr. Vasquez, I think, yeah. She pretty much, and she absconded for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
She needs, see, this is the issue in my book. She needs help. And I want to give her the help, right? I don't want her to take the easy way out and do a time served wreck. Heck no. I want to try to push her to SafeP to get help. But if she doesn't want it, okay. Ni modo.
I'll discuss that with her, Judge.
Please. Okay. So can we set this up for another status? I know that you're having problems at the jail to go see them and talk. So how much time would you feel comfortable?
Let's do 30 days, Judge. I think 30 days should be enough.
Good. 30 days. Another pre-revel.
Yes, Judge.
Very good. Okay. Thank you, sir. Did you have another one, Mr. Vasquez?
Yes, Judge. I have Ricardo Tuda.
What page is Ricardo? Oh, there it is on page 3. At this time, court calls number 2019-4749. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Rene Vasquez for the defense. We're ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Tula's not participating. I didn't allow him in.
Yeah, no, Judge.
Are
I'm
you
gonna waive
waiting?
his presence because we already have the case resolved. We had an offer and we accepted it. We are just waiting for the police setting. And I believe Becky is gonna set this case either next week or within the next 2 weeks.
Good. It's a non-custodial plea. Absolutely.
Yes,
What
Judge.
is what is the basic terms of the agreement?
It's going to be reduced to a state jail felony, Judge, for time served.
State jail, time served. Great. Okay. Great. That's right, Mr. Nunez?
That's correct, Judge.
Good. Okay. You may be excused on that one. Becky, I'll send you notice of the non-custodial plea. Thank you, Mr. Vasquez. Did
Thank
you
you,
have
Judge.
another one, Mr.
No,
Vasquez?
Judge. That's all right.
Thank you, sir. Be safe out there. Nice to
Thank you,
see
Judge.
you.
Thank you so much.
Judge,
You're-
may I be
yes.
excused as well?
Hang on. What, Miss Becky? Yes, ma'am?
I just wanted to know if I could be excused as well for Miss Anaya.
Yes, Miss Mata.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you. I thought you were Becky. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, Judge.
Ma'am, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. The next one is Alexander Rangel. Who's the attorney for that one? Public defender. Is that you, Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, Mr. Rangel is not participating, is he?
No, Your Honor, he's in jail, so I'd like to waive his appearance.
Okay, hang on. Leah, let me call the case. 2018-1007, Alexander Rangel. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Portia Brown on behalf of Alexander Rangel. Ready, Your Honor.
And you're going to go ahead and waive his presence, first of all, right, Ms. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to waive his presence. He's currently
Yeah.
in the annex.
Okay, and have we discussed this case? Mr. Alexander Rangel is no relation to me, right? Have we discussed that or not?
No. Yes, Judge.
I assume it's been discussed, Judge.
Okay, did we
Judge,
discuss?
Artemio Lopez for the probation department. On this case, we were here in court back in December last year. And one of the discussions was that you gave him the opportunity to participate in BHRTC, but one of the stipulations that you put on there is that if he ran equals to revocation. So Mr. Rangel was admitted to BHRTC back in April 2nd of 2019. He was doing pretty well.
No,
But
April 2nd of 2020, you mean?
no, 19.
Well,
Last-
but yeah, but you told me December of 2019.
Yes, we
I
had
gave
a,
him BHRTC
yes. No, we had a hearing in December.
of 2019.
Yes.
And what happened then?
That's when we noticed that you had written in the file that if he ran from the center,
Oh,
equal to revocation.
okay. Okay, I thought we put him at BHRTC December of 2019.
No, he was admitted April 2019 and he absconded on July 30th, 2019.
Okay. But hang on, you didn't answer my question, Mr. Artemio. My question is, did we ever establish he was not related to me, right? Did we
Yeah.
ever establish that?
Did our last hearing you asked that, and we all said that he wasn't related to
He
you.
wasn't related. Okay, I just want the record to reflect that. Okay. Okay, so now I guess, well, Ms. Brown, it's gonna be revocation then.
And Judge, Renee Vasquez had this case before me. I've been taking over some cases with him, so he doesn't have too many cases in general. It's my understanding that there was a time rec offered by the district attorney's office of 4 years. Mr. Nunez, am I right about that?
I'm checking right now, but I don't see that. on our note.
Mr. Castañeda, can you look on the file to see if there's any rec at all?
Yes, Judge, let me take, I see 4 years.
4 years, there it is.
4 years.
What was
it's
the
my
date? What was the date of that, Mr. Castañeda?
The date is December 12th, 2019.
Okay, there it is. Okay, Ms. Brown, you'll honor the 4 years, right, Mr. Nunez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Well, Judge, I'd actually, it's my understanding from Mr. Vasquez that Mr. Rangel was open to taking the minimum. And so since he has, unfortunately, he did not complete BHRTC, and I'm not sure if the court would consider the time that he was there, but he has about 246 days in since his arrest. And so we would ask if the district attorney's office would consider the 2 years. That way, Mr. Rangel can be guaranteed to leave our jail, which, as the court's very aware, is having a COVID outbreak.
Well, let me tell you, first of all, I don't give credit when they unsuccessfully, that's a policy of my court. I don't give credit the time at BHRTC or any facility unless they successfully complete it. He didn't successfully complete it, so he's not going to get that credit. Mr. Nunez, Ms. Brown is asking for less time rather than 4 years. Are you willing to do that? There you go, Mr. Nunez. You need to unmute.
No, Your Honor, he did fail the program, and on top of that, he did pick up 2 other AFVs after this plea. I'm sorry, after this offense, and I think the minimum is warranted in this case.
Okay.
What happened to the AFVs, Mr. Nunez, real quick?
He was convicted, both of them, in October 10th of 2018.
I see a note that he's on probation for those as well. Is that what you see too?
I just show convictions. I mean, he could be, he couldn't be. I couldn't tell you at this time. They're both 2 separate offenses. I don't know.
Mr. Artemio, can you help us? Is he on probation on those other 2 cases, AFVs?
Yes, Judge. But actually, they just expired on April of this year. So let me see if there's a motion active on that.
Right.
Mr. Nunez, I'm thinking we could split the baby and go with 3 years here. You like 4, I like 2, 3 years?
Initially 5, and then the court files.
No, that's a different kind of splitting the baby. No.
Brown, you tried.
There's no motion on the misdemeanor, Judge.
There's no what?
There's no motion pending. So
Okay, so he got out of those. He got out of those, Ms. Brown.
I see that, Judge. Well, I'll let Mr. Rangel know, and maybe I'll be able to convince Mr. Nunez for the 3.
Okay, right. I don't have any input in this particular case. I don't remember much experience with Mr. Rangel, except for the fact that I guess he absconded and I gave him the last chance, right? I said 1 more equals revocation. So that's it. And I think 4 years is okay. And I would take 3. I would do the 3 too. So it's up to Mr. Nunez. You have a job to do. Can I set it up for another pre-revo? Just 1 more? That'll give you a chance. And then if Mr. Nunez doesn't want to do it or Mr. Rangel doesn't want to take it, then we just set it up for a contested pre-revo.
Judge, how about this? I will extend the 3 up until the next hearing.
Okay.
If he doesn't accept
Yes,
this.
Mr. Nunez, that's what I'm talking about.
There it is.
All right.
There it is. 3 it is. Let's talk to him quickly. Ms. Brown, I know everybody's having issues. You guys are having issues speaking to your clients in jail. But if you can do that quickly, what's the deadline for the 3 years, Mr. Nunez?
Until the next setting, Your Honor?
When's the next setting?
Judge, I can set up a call with him hopefully by tomorrow or Monday. If the court will give me just those, 2 business days, I think I can give the court an answer about a plea hearing as soon as possible.
How come you're not having problems accessing the jail, and Vasquez and everybody else are having problems accessing?
Me and Vasquez are both having the same experience, but we're able to schedule phone calls. And I'm hoping that me and Mr. Vasquez will be able to have phone calls for Friday or Monday. So
okay.
I'm thinking optimistically.
Well, me too. I think 3 years is a good deal too. Mr. Nunez, when is the next court setting? Do you know? Let's see.
I just looked and it looks like there's no new settings.
Yeah, see, that's what we have to do. Okay, so why don't we set this up, Ms. Brown? Can we set this up for next Thursday? Give you another settlement conference, and hopefully you will have an answer, and then we'll put it on the plea.
Sounds great, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Nunez. I like where we're moving today. This is awesome.
Yes, settlement conference.
It's a pre-revo, Judge.
Oh, I'm sorry, pre-revo. Thank you, Miss Becky. Pre-revo next week, reset to see if he'll take the plea. Okay, Ms. Brown, did you have any more? We're done with that case. Any more?
No, Judge. Y'all have a great day.
Have a great day, ma'am. Thank you so much. The next one is Ramon Roman. Mr. Ivy.
Here, Judge.
At this time, court calls number 2019-1559, Ramon Roman. Announcement of council, please.
David, you need for the speaker on the stage.
Ben Ivy for Ramon Ramon.
Okay, sir. This court has a little history with Ramon Roman. I think he's got severe mental illness, severe mental illness. Have you seen his mugshot, Mr. Ivy?
No, I haven't, Judge. I haven't been able to get into portal on this case.
Have you been able to see him at the jail or no?
No, Judge.
Okay, sir.
I just was appointed last week.
He's got severe mental illness, severe. And I gave him every opportunity. I think he created this whole world and this whole facade where he was a big time roofer in Arizona and had a big company and had employees. And I bought into all of that and none of it was true. And then after that, he absconded and then decompensated to a point where I was just shocked when I saw his mugshot yesterday or day before. So I really think this is a time served kind of a time situation, Mr. Nunez, because I've given him every opportunity. And what are you thinking, Mr. Nunez?
I think we'll start off with 5 TDC, Judge, on the revocation.
Okay.
Is this a first degree? Sorry, Judge.
Go ahead.
Is this a first degree case that he's on probation for?
Second degree.
Second degree.
I think 5 TDC is pretty good. I think he got picked up for a new possession. That's how, after we issued out the bench warrant, because he absconded, he got picked up with a possession case, that's all?
And evading arrest, Judge.
And a what, Mr. Dries?
Evading arrest.
Okay. Of course he would. Well, he's not that mentally ill then if he was trying to run. He knew he was in a lot of trouble. Maybe he really is a smart guy. Okay. Okay, Mr. Ivy, you have your work cut out in this case. And
Okay, Judge.
And so let's set this up for one more pre-revel. I'll give you, I know the jail is bad and
Yeah, I was just up there. I was just up there this morning and a lot of it was under quarantine, so I couldn't even see a lot of my clients.
Really? Okay. You want 30 days or 45 days from Mr. Damon?
I think 30 is fine, Judge.
Okay, we're gonna do another pre-revel in 30 days, but my inclination is to revoke him. I don't want to put him back on probation. Okay. Okay. Thank you all. You may be excused, Mr. Ivy. Have a great day.
You too.
Alvino Calvillo, that's Mr. G. Darnell. At this time, court calls cause numbers 2015 3600, 4636, and 4911. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. Stage is ready.
Your Honor, Chris Estrada for Mr. Alvino Calvillo.
Okay, Mr. Estrada.
And Your Honor, Mr. Calvillo is in the office with me.
Oh, he's in the office with you. Very good. Okay, sir. Okay, so this is a status. Last pre-revo was back November 2019. Do we have a probation officer on this
Yes,
case?
Your Honor. On the probation, Carlos Ruiz.
Okay, sir. So what is this is a status on a
Yes,
revocation?
Your Honor, the last time we were in court in November, you had given Mr. Calvillo an opportunity to show you that he was serious about probation. And by doing so, you put him on PR bond and gave him conditions that he had to meet, reporting, doing community service hours. And he had to do that for 3 months to show you that he was ready to be back on probation. So he did that, and then COVID happened, so things got extended a little.
But nevertheless, he's compliant with his PR bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, because I got a shocking email yesterday saying everybody on today's docket is compliant with their PR bond. I said, oh my God, that's never happened. This is a crazy world we're living in. Maybe this pandemic has had a good effect on these people that are participating today. Okay. Mr. Ruiz, Mr. Nunez, with that being said, can we get him off the PR bond, dismiss the motion to revoke or adjudicate, and hope to God he continues well on probation? That's what you want to do, Mr. Estrada, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Nunez, are we ready to do that right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think I am too. Okay, Mr. Dries, I want you to watch him carefully, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so is there a motion to revoke or adjudicate pending that we have to dismiss in this case or not?
I'm not seeing any, Judge.
None?
I'm checking the last case, but so far there's none.
So far, none. Good. So we don't have to dismiss anything. All we have to do is get him off the PR bond.
And Judge, the attorney's office is the one that requested the status hearing.
Okay, good. Well, we should have done it because I gave him 3 months. It's been well more than 3 months, but the COVID hit, and so probably we dropped the ball.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, I do see one
Okay, on which case?
on the 4911.
Okay, Mr. Nunez, is it to adjudicate? Is it a motion to revoke or adjudicate? Mr. Sam, what is it? Adjudicate? Is he on regular probation or is he on deferred, Mr. Dries?
Oh, wait, Judge, never mind. Disregard. I think it was
He was under judge and then he was adjudicated. So
yeah, it's from 3 years ago. And it
So
was
there's
resolved.
there are no motions to adjudicate or revoke in all 3 cases, Mr. Castañeda, right?
No, none at this time, Judge.
Okay, so all we have to do is do order releasing from PR bond, right? That's all we're gonna do is get him off the PR bond. And then Mr. Dries, like I'm telling you, you're taking over and you're the main guy, Mr. Dries.
Yes, Your Honor.
Make sure you supervise him well. Do we prepare, I feel right now, I feel like I'm 20 minutes on the job. Who prepares his order to be off a PR bond? Mr. Estrada, you do it.
I will prepare it, Your Honor.
Benefits your client, just get him off a PR bond. No more PR bond. I guess we need an order releasing or discharging, or I don't know what you call it.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's off, he's done. Congratulate him, tell him he did a fabulous job. Thank you so much for paying attention to what I asked him to do. You tell him that, and I'm proud of him.
He's here listening, Your Honor.
Good, okay, excellent. Okay, Mr. Estrada, anything else, sir?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Nunez or Mr. Dries?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, you all may be excused. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The next one is Nicoleta Escobar, 2019-4175. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Mr.
Hi,
Ortiz.
Judge Ruben Ortiz for Ms. Escobar.
And thank you. And Ms. Escobar is present. Ms. Escobar, where are you?
Here in my backyard.
There you go. Did you take care of your little doggy?
Yes, I let them out so they would stop barking.
Thank you, Ms. Escobar. Do you see and recognize your attorney, Mr. Ortiz, on the screen, Ms. Escobar?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Ortiz, do you see and recognize your client as the defendant in this case?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Let the record reflect that both have recognized each other. This is a settlement conference now. Mr. Nunez, can you give Mr. Ortiz an offer or have you already done
Judge,
so?
just before we go forward with that,
Okay.
we had been substituted out by Mr. Saldivar,
Right.
Felix Saldivar,
Right.
a long time ago. We had submitted the orders and everything back to him. Evidently, though, Mr. Saldivar never filed them with the court. So I don't know what's.
I think I signed some recently. Miss Becky, didn't I sign?
Not on this one, Judge. I don't, this is the one that Felix's office, Saldivar, never filed the motions in order substituting because she didn't pay him for these cases, that she paid him for the misdemeanors and the misdemeanors are done.
Okay, Mr. Ortiz, you want to do an entry of appearance and substitution then?
I'm sorry, what was that, Your Honor?
You want to do a entry of appearance and substitution of counsel?
No. I was the original attorney on the case, Judge, and Mr. Ms. Escobar released me from the cases.
Oh,
and
I
so
thought.
Mr. Saldivar, right, and Mr. Saldivar provided us with the motions and orders. We signed them back. I don't know when. I think in December. It was a long time ago. We signed them, but Mr. Saldivar never submitted them. So I'm
Mr.
still the attorney
Saldivar-
of record.
So I misunderstood. I misunderstood. So Mr. Saldivar is the attorney, not you.
Supposed to be the attorney, but evidently he didn't file him. Now I'm finding out why he didn't file him, because supposedly Ms. Escobar didn't pay him. I guess, I don't know why.
If I may speak, I did call him that day that everyone was all confused, and he did say, yes, I'm going to speak with Mr. Cox because Mr. Cox had been showing up for Mr. Ortiz, and he says, oh, that everything was fine, that he's attorney of record, that they were waiting for them to sign, but then I would call the office and said they signed, so it was a big confusion. So I have been in contact with him, and he does say that
Who
he is
says
on this case as well. So, I mean, I don't know what else to do.
Well, Mrs. Escobar, who caused this confusion?
I'm not sure. I've been in contact with him, and he says that he is. So that's what I was expecting to see too.
Hang on. When you say I've been in contact with him, who's him?
Mr. Saldivar.
Okay. And you want Mr. Saldivar to represent you and not Mr. Ortiz, right?
I mean, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because he was on my other case, because I got them at the same time. So he
Have you paid Mr. Saldivar for his services?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you paid him for misdemeanor cases, or have you paid him for these felony cases?
He told me that it was going to be together, so I guess that there was some kind of confusion. So I can go to the office and set things straight, because I've been calling and I kind of have been getting the runaround. So maybe I should go down there and try to straighten things out.
Well, ma'am, and that's what I'm telling you. You're the one that's created the confusion, not anybody else. Not anybody else. And the fact you've created the confusion is the fact that you haven't paid your attorney. You haven't paid Mr. Felix Saldivar. I am believing my court coordinator when she tells me that Mr. Saldivar's office is saying, I'm not representing her because she hasn't paid me. So
Yes.
there's no misunderstanding and no confusion and no, ma'am. You have not paid Mr. Saldivar. Mr. Saldivar is a very diligent attorney, and if he had gotten paid, he would have put an entry of appearance. Now, you're telling me that you don't want Mr. Ortiz, right?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Okay, Mr. Ortiz, thank you very much. Goodbye. Have a good life. I don't want to waste your time anymore.
Judge, thank you, John. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, now, Mrs. Escobar.
Yes.
I am going to do this because, I don't think there's any misunderstanding. I really don't think there's any misunderstanding. I really think you know what's going on, and the reason why there's such confusion is because you have not paid. Okay, that's what I believe. So I don't think there's any confusion on your part or misunderstanding on your part. Now, I don't run my docket based on your finances and your ability or non-ability to pay an attorney. Okay. Now, I am going to ask that you contact, are you working right now?
I just got laid off. I was working with Wyatt and Underwood. When the quarantine started, I got laid off. So as of right now, I'm just going to school.
Okay. Okay. So I suggest, do you want to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, ma'am. If I could, please.
Okay. Miss Becky?
Yes, Judge.
Do I give her Tom Lara's number to call? Is that how it works? I don't remember how we did it the last time. Okay, give her, do you have a piece of paper and pencil, Ms. Escobar?
Let me put it in my phone. Okay.
Okay, Becky, what is it?
546.
Okay.
2093.
Okay. I got it down. And who do I ask for, ma'am?
Mr. Tom Lara.
Tom Lara.
Tom Lara. And then what they'll probably do, if nobody answers, they ask you to leave a message. So if it's not Tom, Mr. Lara, it'll be one of his staff members that'll be taking the application over the phone.
Okay. I'll go ahead and call them right now.
That's what we're gonna do, ma'am. You're gonna come back, Miss Becky, next week. What day do we have available for her? Because she doesn't have an attorney. I have to tell her right now on the record.
Next week is July 16th, Judge, at 9 o'clock.
July 16th at 9 o'clock, you're gonna get a Zoom invite again. You're gonna participate, be present, hopefully with your attorney, Ms. Escobar. You still have every You have the option of going to Felix Saldivar's office, paying him, doing what you need to do to keep him to have him as your attorney. Okay? You still have that, but I'm not going to be waiting anymore for you to undo this confusion that you created. So you need to contact Tom Lara and have an attorney, whether it be Mr. Saldivar or whether it be an appointed attorney, next Thursday, 9 o'clock. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Very well. Any questions, Mrs. Escobar?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. You may be excused. We'll see you next week. Have a great day. The next one is Adam Syme or Syme 2018-6342. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. Stage is ready.
Good morning, Your Honor. Joe Spencer on behalf of Adam Stein, Your Honor. We're ready.
Syme? That's how you pronounce it? Syme?
It's Simon.
Syme.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Syme. Mr. Syme, do you see and recognize your attorney, Mr. Spencer, on the screen?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Spencer, do you see and recognize your client, Mr. Syme, as the defendant in this case?
I represent the young man, Your Honor.
Very well. Let the record reflect that. Both have recognized each other. What is happening? This is a settlement conference. Do you have an offer from the ADA's office?
We do have an offer. I spoke to Mr. Nunez. We're going to accept that, Judge. We have a couple of choices. I want to talk to Mr. Nunez about just one little issue, but I think we're going to have a resolution. I'm going to ask Miss Becky in the next week or so so we can get it resolved, Judge.
Let's go ahead. Mr. Spencer, can we put it on the non-custodial list right now? There's a list, a little list. So it'll be like 2-3 weeks before you get it. If you don't need it, then you can just tell Becky, please cancel. We're not going to plea. But let's put it on the non-custodial list for a plea right now, because there is a little backlog.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Okay. And then call Miss Becky if it's not going to plea. Very well. Anything else, Mr. Spencer, in this case? Good. Another plea. Thank you, Mr. Spencer. Thank you, Mr. Nunez. Anything else, Mr. Spencer?
Not on this case, Your Honor.
And Mr. Nunez?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Syme, you may be excused. Thank you for participating. Have a great day, sir.
You too.
Did you have another one? Oh, you did have another one. Alfredo Aguayo, 2019-1400. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Joe Spencer on behalf of Alfredo Aguayo. We're ready to proceed, and I recognize him on the screen, Your Honor.
You recognize him as the defendant in this case, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Aguayo, do you see and recognize your attorney on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Very well. Let the record reflect that both have recognized each other. This is another settlement conference. Do you have an offer of settlement in this case, Mr. Spencer?
We do, Your Honor. We've reached a resolution on this case. The felony case is going to be dismissed, and we have already reached out to the misdemeanor court, and they are getting that set up as well, Your Honor. Once that is set up, then I think the felony case will be dismissed.
Once he pleads to the misdemeanors, the felony is going to be dismissed, and that's the agreement. Yes?
Sure.
Good. Okay. Very good. So when do you think we're going to do these misdemeanor pleas, Mr. Spencer? Do you have any idea?
I've already reached out to Ken Sutton in County Court number 4 and asked for the paperwork, Judge. And once I get that, I'll visit with my client, get it submitted. And as soon as however they do it in CC4, we'll get it done, hopefully before the next docket call you would have, Judge.
Mm-hmm. You want a 30-day settlement? That'll give the misdemeanor.
Sure. I think we should get it resolved before then.
And if it does, submit it to Mr. Nunez. Mr. Nunez will give me the dismissal, and then nobody has to show up for this settlement conference in 30 days. We'll dismiss it before. Yes?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Aguayo, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Mr. Spencer, anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Nunez, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You all may be excused. Be safe out there. Thank you, everybody. 2019-2568, 2029-80, Oscar Hernandez. That's you, Mr. Trochet. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Jose Trochet on behalf of Mr. Hernandez. We are ready, Your Honor.
And you're going to waive his appearance, Mr. Trochet, because he's in jail.
I am, Your Honor. I noticed that in the prior case, and actually in both cases, he did have an attorney. I don't know that he's ever been arraigned. He had a Richard, I forget that last name, but then Richard was representing him, and then you let him out because he wasn't paying him. But I did speak with Mr. Hernandez in court recently, Your Honor, I did not realize that he had not actually been arraigned. I don't think on this case.
Ms. Becky, has he been arraigned on either of the cases? Or Mr. Castañeda?
I'm showing that he was arraigned on the 2019 case. I'm looking at the 2020 case, Judge. I do not see any arraignment.
Okay. Ms. Becky, can you send Mr. Trochet the arraignment papers for the 2020 case, please? So we
Yes,
can.
Judge, I will.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we
Oh,
took care of
and-
that problem.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I did, by the way, it was Richard Esper who had the case before on both of these cases. Your Honor, I did speak with my client by telephone from the jail. He was on PR bond on the old case, or on bond, and then he picked up the new one. I did convey him the offer of that the state had put on portal. He does not want to plead to a time rec that is being offered at this time. So I had sent an email asking to see if might be a possibility of probation in this case. I have not received a response in this case. So I think he's eligible for probation. I don't think there's anything that would prevent him from, legally from being, so that's where we are right now.
Okay, Mr. Nunez, what do you think about probation in this case?
Your Honor, I don't agree with probation just because he was out on bond, a PR bond, when he picked up this man delivering, I believe it's methamphetamine, and it's a lot of methamphetamine. I think the rec is appropriate at this time.
What is it?
It's 10 TDC, Your Honor, on a second degree felony as opposed to the first degree.
Okay, 10 TDC.
Right.
Talk, Mr. Trochet, talk to your client and see if he'll, I guess this is not a probation case. He doesn't, yeah. Manufacturer, delivery, a lot of meth. Mr. Martinez, did you want to say something? Because
I don't know. I think we discussed this last time that really the minimum on this is 15.
Yeah.
But the delivery over 400 grams is a minimum of 15, but we're willing to
do 10.
Do sit down so we can get 10.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and talk to him, Your Honor. Right. I don't know what the court wants to do as far as he specifically told me he was not going to plead because he felt like he got set up and all this sort of nonsense. But anyway, I'll talk to him and see what we can do.
You know what I do is I ask you attorneys, maybe another settlement conference is not fruitful, and I don't want to be wasting your time, right, Mr. Trochet? So if you think he's adamant, he doesn't want to take any time, and Mr. Nunez and Mr. Martinez are saying, we're not offering any less, I just put it on the trial track and forget about it until we find ourselves back in trial in the courtroom trying cases.
That would be fine, Your Honor. I will speak with him. Unfortunately, when we talk on the phone, and it's very difficult to get to the court, to the jail these days because of all the, and in fact, he was in isolation for a while. Right. Long story short, Your Honor, I will definitely explain to him about the minimum 15, and then we'll go from there.
Do you think I need to set up one more settlement conference, or I'll just put it on the trial track?
Let me do that, Your Honor, if you would. I would appreciate that. Thank you.
So you want me to put it on the trial track and forget about it? And you'll bring it up to me?
No, let's have one more settlement.
Oh, okay. Very good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One more settlement conference, and then if it can't be worked out by then we just put it on the back burner on the long list of cases to be tried.
Thank you, Your Honor.
In 2 or 3 years. Anything else, Mr. Trochet?
Your Honor, I had filed a motion for a bond hearing. I guess we can set one up down the line.
Right, Ms. Becky, is it on the list?
I can call Becky back and get that.
I had it on the list, but I didn't check to see.
Put it on the list.
Where it's at.
I just have to tell you, Mr. Trochet, I've been cheated out of 3 Fridays because they've been holidays, and that's my only access to the court. I'm sorry, to the jail.
Right.
So my jail bond hearings and pleas are so backed up because 3 Fridays I've been cheated.
Okay.
So that's the problem. So yes,
I understand.
We'll get it to you as soon as we can. We'll get you one, sir. Please be patient. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Explain to you why the backlog. And I
Sure.
called the council of judges to see, please give me a makeup. Just give me a makeup an hour once a week or something during those weeks. And they said, no, tough.
Wow, wow.
Judge, he'll be going soon.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
thank you. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
On the list.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Trichet, before you leave, and I don't want to take up too much of the time because I still have the rest of my docket, but can we work out something for Ebley? I want to put him out on probation.
Your Honor, he went down to the bondsman and tried to get him out. And then it turns out he has a warrant out of Amarillo or someplace that nobody knew about. And the family was there with the money to get him out, to bond him out. And then he had this warrant. And so and that was last Friday, I believe, that I got all those calls. Actually, it was on Saturday.
Is he
And
on?
so I have not heard back from the family, but I can call
Did-
Becky later today and let her
Did they
know.
bond him out? Did he bond out?
No,
So
the bondsman would not let him out because they said he's got this warrant out of Amarillo that nobody knew anything about. Right. And I want to say Amarillo, it may have been like
Wherever.
Midland or someplace like that. Yes, not.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I just want to get him on, put him out on probation is what if he wants to plea, let him do that. And then he'll try to figure out the warrant issue wherever it's at.
Right, right.
Will he plead to a probation? I think the offer was probation in that case.
He will not, Your Honor, he has steadfastly said that he did not assault this second lady. And of course, you know, with all the drama that went in there. So he's pretty adamant about that.
Okay.
But
sure.
so that's why he was willing to bond out, you know, even though the bond was pretty high.
Okay. But he could make it, but he has that other warrant. Okay, sir.
All right.
I won't worry about him anymore then.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Have a
Appreciate
great
your
day.
time.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Rick, I'm letting iPhone in. Please check it out, see who it is.
Okay, I'll
iPhone,
keep an eye out.
please. Colonel Lee Trader, that's Felix Valenzuela. Is Mr. Valenzuela on? Yes, he is.
Yes, Your Honor.
At this time, court calls 2020-0015, Colonel Lee Trader. That sounds like a very fancy name, Mr. Valenzuela.
Judge.
Yes. Are you waiving his appearance? He's in jail. Are you waiving his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know what? You're really making a statement with a white background. Is it a virtual background or is it a?
It's a wall, Judge.
It's a what?
A wall.
Ah, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. You know, everybody has fancy stuff. And then you have that white stark wall. That's awesome. Okay. You're branding yourself, sir. Maybe you are. You're branding yourself and it's good. It looks good, Mr. Valenzuela.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Okay. What's the settlement offer? Do you have a settlement offer in this case? Mr. Nunez, did you announce? Because I went on and on about Mr.
David Nunez for the state. Ready?
Okay, sir. Do you have an offer?
We do not have an offer yet, Judge. I did reach out to the complaining witness in this case. I was not able to get a hold of him, but I did request better locate. I did get those results back late afternoon yesterday. I will continue trying to reach him. And
the complaining witness is a him?
Yes, Your Honor. Brady Brooks is his name. This defendant has been convicted, I believe, of aggravated sexual assault before. So this is, I believe it's it's auto life if he's convicted of this one. So, but that said, Your Honor, you know, I still want to reach out.
This is a burglary of a habitation with intent to commit some sexual act.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the complaining witness is a male.
Correct, Your Honor.
And the defendant's a male.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Have you met with your client, Mr. Valenzuela?
Yes, I've met with him multiple times, Judge. This was in the COMC evaluation for a bit, but it came back just recently. So it's a little older case.
Okay.
But it's back.
Okay. So you have no offer to settle, right, Mr.?
No, Your Honor, not yet.
You found the complaining witness, you said?
I did find him, Judge. I mean, he's on portal, but like I said, when I try to use that contact information, it wasn't, all the numbers were disconnected. We couldn't get a hold of him through those means. I requested like I said, the better locate. I received the results with a new address, new numbers. We're going to try those.
You're going to try those. Okay. Should we set this up for another settlement conference, Mr. Valenzuela, to give Mr. Nunez a little bit of time to see if he can locate the complaining witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Were these people dating at the time or something? Was it a dating situation or a love triangle or?
I understand, and I haven't really dove into the facts that much, but I believe the complaining witness was working at the Opportunity Center, and somehow the defendant here, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Valenzuela, but the allegation is that it followed him or something like that.
You what? Because you came in and out, Mr. Nunez.
They followed him home, and I believe he was inside of his apartment at some point. I'm like I said, Judge, I'm really sketchy with the facts right now. I haven't dove all the way into them, but I think that's the gist of what we're dealing with.
Mr. Valenzuela, is that your understanding?
I think there is some kind of friendship between the two individuals that went sour, and then there's some issue with the housing complex as well, Judge.
Okay. I guess the reason why I'm asking, and I don't know if you can obtain one, a non-pros, Mr. Valenzuela.
I can't locate the CW either, Judge.
You can't either.
We tried.
And then I don't even know if a non-pros would affect Mr. Nunez, but that would have been my next question. Okay. Okay, so we have a complaining witness that's missing in action, is what I'm thinking.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's have one more settlement conference. If one more settlement conference you can't locate, can we do this as a Wednesday trial, Mr. Nunez, possibly?
I would definitely want a conference with Mr. Martinez before we can.
Okay. Mr. Martinez, could we maybe think about doing a Wednesday trial on this? Maybe. I'm not going to hold you to it, but.
Well, Judge, obviously, with this defendant's criminal history, if it comes to that point, then we probably would have dismissed it already. I mean, the allegation here is very, very serious, very serious.
Okay.
So unlikely, that would be the position.
Okay.
Either we can find the complaining witness and determine the complaining witness is credible and willing to testify. So I doubt this would be.
But what happens? But what happens if you can't locate? These are people Opportunity Center. That's what I'm saying. If these Opportunity Center, they're generally transients. What happens if you cannot locate the complaining witness in this case?
Well, Judge, if in good faith we believe that we can't proceed with the case, and then obviously we'll have to deal with it at that time. But we're not there yet.
Okay,
So I'm just saying I can't say what the future will hold. But
okay, well, I think this is a good one for another settlement conference. You want 2 weeks, 3 weeks? How much time to see if you can locate the complaining witness, Mr. Nunez?
I would ask for 3 weeks, Judge.
3 weeks it is. Yes, sir. Settlement conference in 3 weeks, Miss Becky. Thank you. You all may be excused. Mr. Valenzuela, anything else?
That's all. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Nunez, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Everybody may be excused. The next one is Jose Peña, 2020-946. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Mr. Huffman?
He's on mute.
Mr. Huffman, unmute.
Sorry, Judge. I'm here. Rick Huffman on behalf of.
Good. Thank you, sir. We don't have, do we have Mr. Peña? Can you
Yes,
unmute?
Mr. Peña is on, but
Yes.
he's on mute and no screen.
Mr. Peña, can you unmute?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How come you're not participating with the video?
How do you do start video?
Ask to start video. Yes, there you go. Very good, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for participating. Do you see and
Yes,
recognize your attorney on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Huffman, do you see and recognize your client as the defendant in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let the record reflect that both have recognized each other. Do you have an offer? Did Mr. Nunez give you an offer, Mr.
We
Huffman?
do. Yes, Judge.
Okay, what are you thinking about that offer?
Well, Judge, I think there was some confusion about Mr. Peña's criminal record. This is actually he's been convicted of DWI 3 times, the last time being in 2012. And that's his only felony conviction. And he successfully completed the probation. He did 5 years probation. We've got a really good mitigation case, Judge. So we're definitely, we'd be amenable to a probation offer.
What has Mr. Nunez offered you?
4 years TDC.
Okay. Mr. Nunez, do you think this could be possible probation for you or not?
No, Judge, not right
No.
now. I think we're gonna stick with this rec.
Okay, I think we've been here 2 or 3 times on this case, right, Mr. Huffman?
That's correct. That's
Okay,
correct,
you want
Judge.
me just to put it? I don't want to waste everybody's time. I think we've reached the end of trying to work something out. I just put it on the back burner to be tried whenever we get back in the courtroom. What do you
And
say?
Judge, I discussed the possibility of a bench trial on this one, but so we might be, that might be an option for us.
An
I
option.
don't know
Okay.
if the state would. It's really a mitigation case, and I think, if we present our mitigation case to the court, I think the court
Might do that.
would consider probation. Yes, Judge.
Would you consider a bench, Mr. Nunez?
Absolutely, Judge, and just so let the court know that he does have also federal convictions as well.
Okay.
I didn't see that. I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't see that in there. I did a check on the EP County this morning. I'll
Tell
definitely look.
Mr. Huffman about the federal convictions, Mr. Nunez, so he can know about.
Yes, Your Honor. I see one here, it says controlled substance trafficker. I see a conviction for entry of an alien at improper time or place, misrepresentation, concealment of facts, attempt or conspiracy to violate the above.
I'm not understanding you at all. You're gonna have to repeat what you just said. I'm not understanding you.
I apologize, Judge. I mean, it doesn't give you like the exact chart, like all it says here, Judge, is charge 1, entry of alien at improper time or place.
Hold on, Mr. Peña. We'll talk about it
Say
later.
anything, Mr. Peña. Don't talk, Mr. Peña, please.
You have the charge 2, attempt or conspiracy to commit or to violate the above. That's what charge 2 says, Judge. I'm just reading off of the rap sheet.
Right.
Charge 3 says alien present without admission or parole. Charge 4, alien previously removed other than an arriving alien. And then charge 5, attempt or conspiracy to violate the above. And then, like I said, there's another one here that says controlled substance trafficker. But there's no disposition on that one, Judge.
Okay.
Mr. Nunez, do you have the year by any chance? 2011.
They're all 2011, Mr. Nunez?
Actually, Judge, that's a good point. So the ones with the one with the controlled substance traffickers in 2002, the other ones that I just listed are in 2011. And then I see another charge in 2008 for another alien inadmissibility. And that's pretty much it, Judge.
Okay. And they don't indicate the dispositions of them?
All of them do, except the one that says controlled substance trafficker.
Got it. Okay.
And Judge, on this one, Mr. Peña, he's supporting his whole family and his extended family, and he's got way too much to lose to, go into prison. So we certainly we'll be fighting it, Judge.
Okay, sure, but you want a bench trial still, though, you think?
Maybe. I mean, we're considering it, Judge, but this.
Oh my God! 2 minutes ago you were saying yes. Now you're backtracking, Mr. Huffman.
I got some new information, Judge, but this one we might
I
have
don't
to go all
blame
the way.
you. Sir, I don't blame you. I think you need to put it on the trial track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. You need to put it on the trial track or try to work
Your
something.
Honor, Your Honor,
Jose,
may I
we'll
say
talk
something?
about it. We'll talk about it later, Jose.
Oh, okay.
We'll sort it out if there's an issue with that.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna put this on the trial track. I don't think we're gonna go anywhere with any more settlement conferences. What are you thinking, Mr. Huffman?
It's probably right. It's probably true, Judge. But I'll definitely reach out
And
to Mr.
I
Nunez.
have to tell Mr. Peña,
Yes, ma'am.
don't talk to me because I don't want to know about those federal cases, but you need to tell your attorney everything about you. Mr. Huffman did not know about those federal charges.
I can tell you right away exactly what they are. I mean,
No,
I have nothing to
you're not
hide.
listening to me. You need to be forthright and you need to be honest with your attorney.
It's not
Don't
what
give
you
any
think, Your
information
Honor.
from him.
It's not what you think, Your Honor.
Good, okay.
We'll sort it out.
You'll find out. I mean, eventually the truth will come out, and then you'll see that it's not what you guys think.
Excellent. Okay. Mr. Nunez, anything else, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, goodbye, everybody. Have a good
All
night.
right. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Hoffman, we're just not gonna deal with this anymore. We're just gonna put it in the back burner until
I
we get
understand.
a courtroom.
Thank you,
Okay,
Judge.
sir? Thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you.
Victor Calderon. This time court calls cause number 2020-975. Announcement of council, please.
David Nunez for the state, Your Honor. State is ready.
Omar Carmona for Mr. Calderon. We are ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Calderon is not participating. Do you waive his appearance, Mr.?
I believe he was supposed to be signed in, Your Honor.
Judge.
Is that him on the iPhone?
I have an iPhone. I sent a chat earlier and I still haven't gotten a response to see who it is from the iPhone.
I'm asking him to unmute. iPhone, who are you?
We did send the
iPhone?
Zoom information, Judge.
You didn't?
We did. He has the Zoom information.
iPhone, what is your name, sir?
Ya. Norma Delgado.
Okay, that's not him. Is Norma Delgado on my docket this morning?
No, I don't see.
Yes, Judge, she was the arraignment and I called the bonding company, so they did notify her. But then, of course, they tell them at the courthouse and I told her, no, you need to read your order of court setting. So I told her to notify her by phone and for her to contact by phone.
Okay, ma'am, go ahead and unmute, ma'am. We'll get with you. We don't have your client on, Mr. Carmona. You want to waive his appearance right now?
I will, Your Honor, but he did call this morning and we are in contact with him, Judge. So I will waive for today, but
Thank you, sir.
he
Mr.
did
Hoffman?
know about today.
Thank you. Okay. Is this a settlement conference? Have you received an offer in this case from Mr. Nunez?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe Mr. Nunez was going to contact the complaining witness. I've conveyed, possible negotiation strategies to Mr. Calderon, and Mr. Calderon has indicated to me as of 48 hours ago he wanted to proceed to a jury trial, Your Honor.
Okay, sir. We've got to respect that, Mr. What was the offer to settle? Mr. Carmona or Mr. Nunez? Somebody tell me.
The offer is a 60 DC, I believe, Judge.
Yes, what? Your Honor.
60 DC. Yes, Your Honor.
60 DC. Okay. Okay, Mr. Carmona, it sounds like your client is pretty adamant, and I think so are you. I don't think any more settlement conferences would be fruitful and it would be wasting everybody's time. Are you thinking the same thing, Mr. Carmona?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and put it on the trial track. Whenever we get into a court of law, we will have this case heard. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Becky, put this one on the list. And I may even consider start trying cases on Zoom. You want to make a better offer, Mr. Nunez, or it's done? That's it.
I'll wait for any counters, Judge.
Okay. You want to give a counter or you want a jury trial, Mr. Calderon?
I did talk to Mr. Calderon about the possibility of us making a counter, and he was pretty adamant that he wanted the trial.
Okay, very good. So it's going to be put to trial. Ms. Becky, thank you all very much. You may be excused. Have a great day, everybody.
Judge, as long as Mr. Omar's here, we can talk about the search warrant.
Oh, thank you so much. I had forgotten. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Carmona, did I finish with my docket? Miss.
You just have the arraignment, Judge?
Oh, let me deal with the arraignment. Mr. Carmona, please don't leave 1 second.
That's fine.
Does she doesn't have a lawyer, Miss Becky, right?
I don't think she's retained one. She doesn't have one at this point and there was no waiver filed.
Miss Ife, what is her name again?
Norma Delgado.
Okay, Ms. Delgado, can you talk to me now? Unmute. Ms. Delgado.
Sí, buenos días.
Buenos días, buenos días. ¿No tiene abogado, señora?
No, sabe que por lo que está pasando ahorita, y luego apenas me hablaron ahorita, me dijo, oiga señora, tiene corte ahorita. Dije, no, pues no me han hablado, y no le llegó una carta, pues no me ha llegado nada porque yo fui al correo y nada.
Ok, señora, pues más importante que todo, gracias por estar aquí. Qué bien
Ándele,
que le
sí.
dieron, qué bien que le dieron noticia. Señora,
Mande.
usted tiene que conseguir un abogado o pedir un abogado gratis. ¿Qué es lo que quiere hacer, señora?
Sabe que ya lo había, ya había hablado con él, pero no sabía cuándo iba a ser, si me entiende. Nomás le dije yo, pues, nomás como fui, pero ya no tuve comunicación. Dije, pues, hasta cuando me digan algo o
¿Fue
algo, ¿sí
dónde,
sabe?
señora? ¿Fue dónde?
Con este señor Sergio Saldívar, y él me dijo que él me iba a poner un abogado, me iba para mí.
Señora, ¿le pagó, señor Saldívar?
No, nomás él me dijo que cuando me mandaran una carta o algo, ya me comunicara con él o algo.
Ok.
Pero,
¿Usted quiere tratar de contratar al señor Saldívar?
pues sí, si me da oportunidad.
Ok, le voy a dar una semana, señora.
Ay,
Por favor,
gracias.
tiene que regresar
Ajá.
el jueves de la semana que entra. What's the date of next Thursday, Miss Becky?
July 16th, Judge.
Ok,
At 9 o'clock.
16 de julio, por favor, regrese por medio de Zoom. Esta vez ya tenga su abogado, el señor Saldívar. Le voy a dar una semana, señora. Es importante que usted consigue y
Sí,
pague un abogado. ¿Ok?
El día 16, jueves, ¿verdad?
A las 9.
Jueves a las 9 a.m.
Tenemos citas, o dile al
Sí.
señor Saldívar que él
Ajá.
tiene que participar y asistir,
Sí.
pero usted
Ajá.
le tiene que pagar, señora. Tienen que
Ajá,
llegar
sí.
a un acuerdo.
Ajá, sí.
Ok, señora, una semana.
Ándele.
Nos vemos en una semana. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Dios la bendiga. Bye, bye.
Igualmente, igualmente. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Okay, I'm removing her. Want to remove. Okay. I'm going to get off of recording. We finished with our docket, Mr. Rick, right?
Yes, Judge.